Greetings. My name is Clare Rosenfield, and I am very excited to give you my message today and to inspire you to find your own, actually. I want to tell you that when I was an infant, my grandmother started me off on my path to wisdom because she looked at me and declared to my mother, "This is a wise child." And little did anyone know that I was going to be following a path of wisdom, but the question is, how come she saw wisdom in a baby? Usually you see innocence in a baby. So in pondering that question, I realized that that is where wisdom lies. It's in ourselves when we are in touch with our innocence, with our pure heart. And when we have a pure-hearted motive and we act on it, we can know that this is coming from a true, authentic place and not an ego-centered place. Usually when it's geared towards something greater than ourselves. So, think about that yourselves as I tell you this story. When I was in my 30s, I took a vow at the top of a sacred mountain in India to be a soothing, healing presence in the world. And believe it or not, that led me, over time, to feel very comfortable and as if the best was brought out in me, the innocent heartedness was brought out in me when I sat at the bedside of someone in need, someone sick, or someone dying. I was with my mother, my mother-in-law, and my favorite aunt. And most recently, in 2004, I was sitting at the bedside of the daughter of a very close colleague of my husband's. And I knew of a harp program, and I knew that she was towards the end of her life, like even the last week. And I was looking for a harpist to play for her because this program really helps people to have a conscious, peaceful, or blessed death. So when I was sitting with her, I was able to bring out the part in me which had taken that vow to be a soothing, healing presence. I was able to be in a spacious, compassionate, companioning place and just be with her for the first hour. And in the second hour, I somehow got this impulse, an impulse in me to speak to her. And what I said to her is something I later told her mother about, and she was very grateful and even asked me to speak at her memorial service because of it. And it is this. And it is this because I want to tell you that when you're inspired from your true heart, some real message can come through. So I said to her, this looks like the hardest part. This is probably the most difficult time. But all that energy and passion you always put into your life, maybe you could put it now towards your next journey. Maybe it's really just a new beginning. And then I left. Came home and the phone rang. And it was the head of the harp program I'd been trying to find. And in the middle of that call, this mother of this woman called and said, she's gone. So perhaps my words helped ease her passing. And then when I went back to the call, the head of the harp program said, could this be the sign for your next step? I had no idea that I would ever say yes to a program playing the harp. But she said, I have a program online. Look it up. I have a place for one more person, and it starts in 2 months. So this was really a prophetic thing because when I said yes to the program, it was a year before my own beloved husband was diagnosed with a fatal illness. And so that following year and the next 3 years, I ended up as his sleeping pill. He did not have to take a sleeping pill because I could play the harp for him. And playing the harp for him was a great way of connecting with him, with myself, and with my higher calling. So I am hoping that all of you will look into your own lives, take out a journal, and see, are there choice moments in your life, and even now, where something inside of you, the best came out in you, and you followed your guidance. And now that you know about that and you write about that, you can acknowledge yourself for it. That is not being on an ego trip. It helps catapult you to your next step. It helps you believe in your guidance. So I hope to hear from you about how that works in your life now and in the past, and you'll let me know on my website. And now I'm just going to play a little bit of the harp so you'll know how soothing it is. Thanks for listening.